TeamBodybuilding.com and Team Diamondized Athlete. Today we're here to show you guys a great leg workout. It really helps to promote growth in your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. And the great thing about this workout is that you can use this pre-contest or anytime throughout the year to really help gain size and definition in your thighs. This workout is more focused on your actual hamstring, calves, and glutes more than just your quads, because usually when you do any other leg workout, you're mostly focusing on your quads and you kind of leave your whole backside alone. So this is a great way to actually incorporate your hamstring and glutes so you can actually make your squats stronger, your lunges stronger, and get a more well-developed physique. The great thing about all these exercises will be ranging from supersets to pre-exhausting to heavy weights. So you'll be able to incorporate almost every different type of training inside this workout. So it'll be really hard, really strenuous, and it should be a great time for you. Today's workout is designed for anybody from the beginners all the way to the advanced level, people that have been working out for years. This workout's really great just because you add the weight and incorporate your rest time depending on how long you've actually been working out. If you're a beginner, you might need a little bit more rest time, so 60 seconds is great, but if you're an expert, you up the weight, cut the break time down to 45 seconds, and then that'll help you pre-fatigue your muscles and really get your blood flowing and really get the growth that you're looking for. So we're going to get started with the warm-up. Really simple. We're going to start with the Stairmasters today, just something a little bit different. You can start on a treadmill or elliptical, whatever works for you. You want to go at a slow to moderate pace, and you just want to get your blood flowing. You really want to focus on squeezing your glutes, squeezing your hamstrings, and really contracting those, because that's a lot of the focus is going to be on your glutes and hamstrings on today's workout. So we'll be doing about 10 to 12 minutes of cardio, and let's just get you warmed up and ready to go into your leg workout. The reason I like doing cardio before all my leg workouts is because odds are you were sitting down for most of the day if you were at work and then you work out later, or if you woke up in the morning, you were sleeping all night, your blood's not really flowing throughout your body. You will be lifting so heavy that you actually need your body to be 100% warmed up and focused, and blood actually in the muscle groups that you're targeting. Now we're going to get started and start on the leg extensions. We're going to do 4 sets of 20 reps. What you want to do is pick a weight you can do about 25 reps of, no more than 25, because we're going to do full reps and partial reps. So you sit down, you get a good seat, keep your back flat against the bench, and you want to come up to a full extension. Slowly come down. You're really focusing on the contraction of the muscle and really focusing on the detail. So we get our 10 reps in, 10 full reps and 10 partial reps. So then we slowly let it down, halfway, and then back up. Squeeze, contract the muscle, back down. Keep it going. You just want to make sure you're fully contracting the muscle each and every time. Hold the contraction just for a slight second at the top and really put emphasis on your quads and your outer swoop. And that's complete, so that's 1 set. We're going to do 3 more sets and keep it rolling. Leg extensions, the way we're doing them is we go nice and slow, so you're actually pre-exhausting your smaller muscle groups. So by pre-exhausting on leg extensions, you're actually able to use more of your hamstrings and glutes throughout your squats. So when you do heavy squats again without pre-exhausting, your strength just goes through the roof. Now the reason I do full reps and then go to partials, the full reps are to obviously get a good stretch and full length of motion throughout your workout. And then the partials are really the finishing touches. Just because you're not going all the way down so your muscles don't get a full chance to relax, the weight stays on the muscle group and then you're contracting it right back so they never get a break. So that was our final set of leg extensions. Now we're going to go over to our heavy sets with squats, and that's going to be our heavy compound movement. We're going to start with the low weight, work our way up until our heavy sets of 4 sets of 8 to 10. We're gonna do about 3 sets of warm-up sets, progressively getting heavier so we can stretch in the movement, work our quads, work our hamstrings and glutes, so we're really ready for the 3 working sets of 8 reps. So we're gonna start off, I'm gonna start off light with 135 and progressively go up. You don't have to start there, start wherever you're comfortable at and slowly work up to what's a heavy set of 8 for you. You shouldn't be able to get more than 10 on your first set, but no less than 8 on your last set. So find a weight that's very comfortable for you. Re-rack it, wait about 45 seconds, and then we're gonna go increase the weight and do another set. The reason we start with squats, kind of, and it's not really the first exercise, but it's our first real heavy exercise, is to incorporate and get out all your strength and really get your testosterone going, get your energy levels going, and really just push the hardest part of the workout out the way while you have the most energy possible. And with heavy squats, you really fatigue every other muscle group. It really incorporates your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves. It even incorporates your back to keep you steady. As we're getting progressively heavier, I like to personally put on a belt. It really saves my core and my lower back from getting too much blood into it, or saving me from actually injuring myself if you wiggle a little bit on your squats because you're working so hard to push up at the heaviest weight possible. I also use my knee wraps. It saves my knees and my joints, so I'm actually able to work out harder. So this is our first real working set. I want to make sure that you guys really get in the mental mind state. Take a second, gather yourself. You want to think about just getting down to proper form and bursting out as fast as possible. When you start lifting heavy, you always want to get into a mental zone and a mental planning stage, because if you don't really hype yourself up and get excited and get ready for a lift, sometimes you get too nervous about the actual weight that you can't finish out your reps. So that was set 1. As you see, I'm drained. You get a few quick seconds break, and then on to set 2. So now we're moving in a single leg press, and then we're gonna go over to standing calf raises. There's no warm-up sets in this because you're already warmed up from your squats and everything else that you did prior to this. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna do 10 on your right leg, then follow immediately by 10 on your left leg, and then immediately right after that is 20 double legs. You want to keep your feet close together and high on the pad, so you're really working your hamstrings and your glutes and your outer swoop, and you're really focusing on the contraction. So you want to make sure you put your foot in the middle of the pad, keep your knees slightly pointed out and toes slightly pointed out as well. Push up, unlock, and you come down and back up. Nobody ever works just one leg throughout really a leg workout ever. So this actually stops that dominant leg from actually becoming bigger or stronger, and you don't have a weak side. And also the reason we put our feet in the middle and a little bit higher, because you actually work your hamstring and glutes more, and then you're able to really just isolate that one leg and not get any extra help in. Then you hit your 20 doubles. Going close in works your hamstrings and your outer quads, because when you usually do squats, your feet are so wide that you're working your inner quad and your hip abductor, so you want to put your feet in, and then you're just working slowly the outside of your quads and your hamstrings and glutes. I like going higher reps in a lot of my workouts when I'm looking for more growth. It really helps me focus on actually getting the blood flow into the muscles, opposed to doing what I really like doing, is really heavy lifting. I didn't really see any growth from that, of doing sets of 5 to 6. But that does let you get a lot stronger over time. So, now we're pretty tired. Your legs should be pretty pumped. So now we're gonna move over to our Smith machines. We're gonna superset Smith machine squats with standing calf raises, but I do my Smith machine squats a little bit differently. So let's go over here and let me show you guys what we're gonna do. What we're going to do is a drop set, and we're going to do 3 drop sets. So it's going to be 7, 7, 7, 21 total. So 7 with 315, 7 with 225, 7 with 135. Then immediately after that, we're going to go to standing calf raises. Now with our standing calf raises, we're going to do 3 different angles. We're going to do out, normal, and in. I do my Smith machines slightly different than everybody else. It's not just a normal squat. So you get underneath like normal. It's not just sitting straight on your traps, it's slightly on your lower back. So we're gonna walk it forward, have our feet shoulder width apart, or just outside of shoulder width, toes pointed out, chest up, chin up as well. We're gonna drop it down, keeping your back straight. That's a really big focus on this one. The purpose of the Smith machine squats is to fail. You wanna make sure that at the last drop set that you're just totally fatigued and you're tired. If you're not really tired, go up a little bit in weight, it's fine. But 315 is usually enough for me that when I drop down to 225, it still feels like 315. You want the weight to feel the same, even though it's getting lighter. I never lock out my knees on any leg workout just because it's too much pressure on my knees. I always have them slightly bent, and then that really just keeps everything, all the weight and load on my muscle instead of my joints. So then you stand straight up and go into your calf raises. First set, toes pointed in, come up, squeeze, and back down. When you're doing this set, you want to make sure that you're not coming totally down to the ground where your heels touch, just really close, and then back up. Lock it, and that's 1 set. So we're gonna finish up the next 2 sets. Give yourself a 45-second break, and there we go. And there we go. So that was our final set. Moving on to the last part of the workout. Seated calf raises and seated leg curls are up next. We're going to do 10 reps of seated leg curls, supersetted with seated calf raises. Now with this, we're really focusing on the contraction, really focusing on the squeeze. You want to really squeeze all the way as tight as possible at the bottom. Come back up. The best part about this is that you can jump right back into each exercise, really get a great pump, and focus on just filling out the muscle groups because it's on one of our last workouts before we're totally done. Then we'll hop right over here into our calf raises. You don't want to lean forward on these. I want to make sure that you're sitting upright, you're not pulling back on it. Come down until you get a great stretch, and then back up. I think the negative part is actually more important than the actual positive part of the hamstring curl, just because you're really stretching out your hamstrings, you're slowing it down, you're not letting the weight take control of the movement, you're actually controlling the movement. So it really stretches your muscles and actually forces blood in there, so you're getting great detail and a great pump as well. So our last exercise is walking lunges. Let's go do it. This is our last exercise. If you did this whole workout correctly, you should be totally gassed, very fatigued. Your legs should be really swollen and tired, and a body weight walking lunge is literally more than enough. We're going to take 8 walking lunges on each leg, and then take a quick 45-second break and back at it. When you're doing your walking lunges, me personally, I don't actually like to tap my knees because sometimes you might slip or anything might happen, especially if weight's on your back, and you can actually do some damage to your knees or you get a few bruises or cuts. Me, no injury is a good day. I'd like to come about 2 to 3 inches short of the actual ground and just keep it rolling. If you guys have any questions or comments you guys want to send to me, you can find me at bodyspace at Lawrence_Ballinger. And for more videos and content, always come back to bodybuilding.com.